host West Indies defeat Pakistan by 1 wicket in first of 2-match test series. Assalamu alaikum. This is Kimi Orin welcoming you to News at 10 on BTV, BTV World and BTV Chattogram Center. You have just heard the highlights. Now on to the details. Prime Minister and Awami League President Sheikh Hasina has said the real revenge of the August 15, 1975 carnage would be taken only at the time when every Bangladeshi would be endowed with a developed and beautiful life, as she simultaneously vows to hold trials of the perpetrators and those who prepared the ground for killing Bangabandhu. The Prime Minister told this at a virtual discussion marking the National Mourning Day and the 46th martyrdom anniversary of Bangabandhu. The Awami League organized the discussion at the party's Bangabandhu Avenue Central office in the city. Presiding over the discussion, the Prime Minister described the perpetrators and those who prepared the ground for killing the father of the nation as equally guilty, saying that the day is not so far when the names of those people would be unfolded and they would face trials. In this connection, she said it was really crucial to hold the trials of the killers first, and that had already been done. The names of the people who were involved in the conspiracy will be unearthed one day.
বিবিসি ইন্টারভিউতে রশিদ ফারুক বসে তাই বলেছে যে তারা হত্যা করেছে, তার কারণ তার একটা চেষ্টা ছিল বঙ্গবন্ধু শেখ মুজিবের কে জনগণের কাছ থেকে বিচ্ছিন্ন করার, এবং সেইভাবে অনেক প্রচার অপপ্রচার চালিয়েও তাকে জনগণের কাছ থেকে দূরে সরাতে পারে নাই, আর সরাতে পারে নাই বলেই তারা এই হত্যাকাণ্ডটা ঘটিয়েছে। এটা হলো বাস্তবতা। কাজে তখন যারা সমালোচনা লিখেছে, যখন যারা বক্তব্য দিয়েছে, তারা তো এদেরই দোষর হিসেবে গ্রাউন্ড তৈরি করে আগে হত্যার বিচার করাটা খুবই জরুরি ছিল, সেটা করেছি, এবং ধীরে ধীরে একদিন কারা জড়িত ছিল সেটাও বের হবে, এবং সেদিনও খুব বেশি দূরে না। উন্নত জীবনের ব্যবস্থা, যেটা আমার বাবার আজ জীবনের লালিত স্বপ্ন, সেটা যখন করতে পারবো, আমি মনে করব এই হত্যার প্রকৃত প্রতিশোধ সেই দিনই নিতে পারবো। যে আদর্শ নিয়ে আমার বাবা এদের স্বাধীন করেছেন, স্বাধীনতা সেই আদর্শ বাংলার মানুষের কাছে পৌঁছে দেবো, এটাই আমাদের প্রতিজ্ঞা। তো আজকে 15 আগস্টের এটাই আমাদের প্রতিজ্ঞা হবে যে ওই রক্ত কখনো বৃথা যায়নি, বৃথা যাবে না, বৃথা যেতে আমরা দেব না। এদেশের মানুষের, দুঃখী মানুষের মুখে হাসি ফুটিয়ে আমার বাবা মা ভাইয়ের আত্মা যেন শান্তি পায়, সেটাই আমি চাই।
Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir has said Bangabandhu's daughter, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, rescued Bangladesh from the black period brought by the anti-liberation forces after 1975. He said this while addressing a discussion meeting organized by Bangladesh marking the National Mourning Day at Bangabandhu Avenue in the capital today. Obaidul Qadir said the conspirators have no power to halt the pro-development and independent-loving nation.
লাখো শহীদের রক্তমূল্যে অর্জিত বাংলাদেশে চালু করা হয় পাকিস্তানি মার্কার সাম্প্রদায়িক রাজনৈতিক অঙ্গনে পুনর্বাসিত হল স্বাধীনতার পরাজিত শক্তি। হানাদার বাহিনী দোসররা বন্দুক উঁচিয়ে সংবিধান থেকে হটিয়ে দেওয়া হলো মুক্তিযুদ্ধের মূল্যবোধ, ছুরি চালানো হলো স্বাধীনতার আদর্শের উপর, নির্বাসনে পাঠানো হলো মুক্তিযুদ্ধের রণধ্বনি জয় বাংলাকে। 7ই মার্চের সর্বকালের অন্যতম সেরা ভাষণ পৃথিবীর, সেই 7ই মার্চের ঐতিহাসিক ভাষণ প্রচার বন্ধ করা হলো। উন্নয়ন এবং স্বাধীনতাকামী জাতিকে দমিয়ে রাখা স্বার্থ কোন ষড়যন্ত্রকারীর নেই। যত ষড়যন্ত্রই হোক, বঙ্গবন্ধু কন্যা নেতৃত্বে বঙ্গবন্ধুর বাংলাদেশ অদম্য গতিতে এগিয়ে যাবে ইনশাআল্লাহ।
Awami League President members Begum Mutia Chaudhry, Dr. Abdul Razak, Jahangir Kobi Nanok and Abdul Rahman, Joint General Secretaries Mahbubul Alam Hanif and AFM Bahaddin Nasim, Office Secretary Barrister Biplab Borua, Religious Affairs Secretary Shirajul Mustafa, Central Working Council member Parveen Jahan Kolpuna, Dhaka North City Awami League General Secretary S.M. Anand Kochi and Dhaka South City Awami League General Secretary Mohammad Humayun Kobir, among others, spoke at the discussion. The 14th session of the 11th Jatiya Shangshad will begin on September 1st. A press release of Shangshad Secretariat today said President Mohammad Abdul Hamid has summoned the session exercising the power bestowed upon him by Article 72(1) of the Constitution. The session of the Jatiya Shangshad will begin at 5 p.m. on the day with Parliament Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry in the chair. Bangladesh reported 174 COVID-19 deaths and 6,959 new infections in the last 24 hours till 8 am today. Director General of Health Services DGHS in its routine daily statement today said the death toll has risen to 24,349 from coronavirus and the tally of infections has risen to 14,25,861. The recovery count rose to 13,01,966 after another 9,268 patients recovered. The statement said 21.08% of 33,015 samples tested positive. DGHS statistics showed of the people infected from the beginning, 91.31% recovered and 1.71% died. The statement said of the 174 deaths, 1 is between 11 to 20 years, 3 between 21 to 30 years, 12 are between 31 to 40 years, 21 between 41 to 50 years, 41 between 51 to 60 years, 52 between 61 to 70 years, 33 between 71 to 80 years, 7 are between 81 to 90 years, 3 are between 91 to 100 years, and 1 is above 100 years. 90 out of the 174 people died were male, while 84 were female. DGHS informed that 70 people died in Dhaka division, 37 died in Chattogram division, 17 died in Rajshahi division, 19 in Khulna division, 7 died in Barisal division, 6 in Sylhet division, 7 in Rangpur division, and 11 died in Mymensingh division. Bangladesh, China and Inceptor Pharmaceuticals Limited today signed a Memorandum of Understanding MOU on co-production of Sinopharm Corona vaccine in the country. Health Minister Zahid Malik, Chinese Ambassador to Bangladesh Li Jiming and Inceptor Chairman Abdul Muqtadi signed the MOU on behalf of their respective sites at Bangladesh College of Physicians and Surgeons BCPS in Dhaka today. Foreign Minister Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen witnessed the signing of the MOU. Foreign Secretary Masood bin Momen and Health Secretary Lokman Hussain Mia, among others, were present. Incepta, a leading pharmaceutical company in Bangladesh, will bring in bulk and bottling, labeling and finishing of the vaccine will be done locally, making the price relatively cheaper. Bangladesh and India are engaged in bilateral trades worth about $10 billion in a year, of which the lion's share is carried out through land ports. The two nations share the fifth largest border in the world. Meanwhile, Bhutan and Nepal have kicked off trades with Bangladesh via Indian land ports. Following the reality, the present government of Bangladesh has turned 11 customs stations into land ports and modernized 24 other land ports in order to ease import and export. An international standard has been built at Benapole land port. As many as 31 lakh people have visited to and from India through Benapole port. Nearly 10,000 workers are engaged in Benapole, Shona Masjid, Bhomra, Hili, Teknaf, Tamabil, Burimari and Shonahat land ports. These ports have created job opportunities for local people. Country's largest seaport of Chattogram has been running with shortage of sufficient modern container scanning machines since long. According to demand of the International Ship and Port Security ISPS compliance, the Chattogram seaport should have 12 scanning machines for 100% scanning of the exporting goods, while there are only 7 such machines in the port. As such, there may be possibilities of close down of exporting goods from Bangladesh to the countries of Europe and the United States of America. The Chattogram Seaport Authority has taken up a project to install 6 more modern scanning machines at the port to fulfill the requirements of the ISPS compliance. After completion of the project, Chattogram Seaport will earn capabilities to check crimes like tax evasion, smuggling and prevention of false declarations, making the import-export activities risk-free. Thus, the issue of the national security will be ensured and Bangladesh's image will be further brightened in the outside world. Now, international news. The Taliban has declared the war in Afghanistan over after its fighters swept into the capital Kabul and President Ashraf Ghani fled the capital. Taliban fighters patrolled the streets of Kabul as thousands of Afghans mobbed the city's airport trying to flee the group's feared hardline brand of rule. Mohammad Naim, a spokesman for Taliban's political office, told the media that the group does not want to live in isolation and says the type and form of the new government in Afghanistan will be made clear soon. He also calls for peaceful international relations. Meanwhile, many nations were scrambling to evacuate their diplomats, citizens, and some local Afghan staff. The United Nations Security Council will discuss the situation in Afghanistan later on Monday. COVID-19 global death toll crosses 43,78,000 and over 20,81,91,000 people have been infected globally. Besides, more than 18,66,49,000 people have recovered from the virus so far. Meanwhile, the US has now 3,74,66,000 confirmed cases and more than 6,37,000 deaths. India has now 3,22,25,000 confirmed cases and more than 4,31,000 deaths. Now news from the world of sports. West Indies beat Pakistan by 1 wicket in the first test of 2-match series in Kingston. Chasing the victory target of 168 runs, West Indies reached their destination for 9 wickets. The Caribbeans scored 253 runs in their first innings in reply of Pakistan's 217. Pakistan were all out on 203 runs in their second innings. Jayden Sills of West Indies was adjudged man of the match for grabbing 8 wickets.
From Jermaine Blackwood. Brilliant.
Host England are now batting with a victory target of 272 runs against India in Lord's Test. The English scored 88 runs for 5 wickets in their second innings when reports last came in. Earlier, India declared their second innings on 298 runs for 8 in the last day today. England scored 391 runs in their first innings in reply of India's 364 runs.
That's interesting.
The Women Hockey Series and Training Program 2021 will start from the 19th of this month. A press conference was held to inform the program details at Maulana Bhashani Hockey Stadium in the capital today. Executive of Patron Organization F.M. Iqbal bin Anwar and Group Captain of Bangladesh Air Force Rafiqur Rahman on behalf of Hockey Federation's President Air Chief Marshal Shaikh Abdul Hannan were present on the occasion. The players from the national team and 40 players from training program will take part in the hockey series. Before we end the bulletin, headlines once again. Building Sonar Bangla would be real revenge of Bangabandhu's killing. The conspirators of Bangabandhu's assassination to be unmasked, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Daughter of Bangabandhu, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina rescued Bangladesh from the darkness of the abyss of post-75 period created by reactionary quarter, says Obaidul Qadir. Government in Incepta and China signed a memorandum of understanding on co-production of Sinopharm corona vaccine in the country. Government expands and modernizes infrastructure of 24 land ports to facilitate and improve export-import with neighboring countries. Taliban regain control of Afghanistan after 2 decades. President Ashraf Ghani flees the country. And in Kingston, host West Indies defeat Pakistan by 1 wicket in first of 2-match test series. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us, and we request you to follow health guidelines. Wear mask and stay safe from Corona. Khuda Hafiz.